It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video, we're going to talk about the announcement of hero sets. This is a new thing coming to Hero Wars Alliance. It's interesting, it's confusing, we don't have a lot of information yet, but let's talk about what we do know, and let's extrapolate a bit based on Hero Wars Dominion Era, the Facebook and web version of the game. So first of all, we have these four heroes here: Fafnir, Mushy Shroom, Alvanor, and Darkstar. They are the defenders of the forest, and this is a hero set. It is different from factions, and they have different mechanics, I guess. It all hasn't been revealed just yet. This Q&A that's been released here, these 3 questions, they actually give us some insight into what to expect, but also there's some missing components. So first of all, if you're ever confused about what heroes belong to a set, you can go into the heroes window, and then the meat of it is in the second paragraph. What do I need to do and what will I get? So if you increase the power of your heroes from the set, then you increase the power level of all of your heroes. All right, so a couple of things to take a look at here after summoning all heroes from the set. So you have to actually own all of the heroes within a particular set. This is different from factions, in which you can have unlocked but have access to but not summoned yet, or whatever. Reaching new power milestone, every new power milestone. So this is going to be some kind of tier system. Is it going to be based on the actual power number? Is it going to be based on gift of elements? Is it going to be based on the amount of skin stone investment? We're not really sure exactly what this means just yet, but it says it can boost the stats of your heroes, all of your heroes. It says you can boost. It doesn't say it will. It says you can boost. So I don't know if maybe it's optional. You might say, why wouldn't you want to boost the stats? Some heroes you want to keep their stats lower, but since this is boosting basically every stat, and I say basically, I'll touch on that in just a second. All of your heroes, not just those from a set, plus completing the quests. What quests? Plus completing the quests. What quests are we talking about here? We'll give you access to the characters' stories and let you learn about the Guardians' past. So are the quests just tied to background stories and lore, or is it actual in-game benefit? Do I have to do these quests? How do I unlock the ability to do these quests? Are they limited time only quests? Tons of questions that we've got going on here. At first, stories will be available for one set only, but more will be added soon. And then finally, this is the meat of it. What stats can be boosted? Completing the power quests. There's that word again, quests. Completing the power quests for hero sets will boost the basic stats of your heroes: health, strength, agility, intelligence, magic, and physical attack. That's magic attack and physical attack. Magic and physical defense. That's magic defense and armor. And then it says all stats will be boosted evenly. So here is a couple of things that are missing from this post. Very, very important things. You're missing dodge, critical hit, armor penetration, and magic penetration. So if all stats are raised equally, you might say, then it doesn't matter because everybody's armor is going up and everybody's attack is going up. But that's actually not the case. Armor is a percentage value reduction based on the attacker's armor penetration. Okay, magic defense reduces magic damage by a percentage based on the attacker's magic penetration. So if heroes' defensive stats, armor and magic defense, are going up, but not their penetration stats, we are missing out on some damage here. It's going to make fights go longer. It's going to make low health heroes last a little bit longer in battles. Maybe less emphasis on health as a stat to manage or manipulate, keeping it low so you ult faster, that sort of thing. And of course, maxing out all hero sets quests will also yield 12,000 power for each hero, which is a nice bonus in battle. So I don't know if the 12,000 power for each hero is the total after all magic sets, or if it's just a bonus on top of maxing all heroes. You know what I mean? You level up your heroes to these different power quests or power milestones, as they word it here, and then does it add 12,000 across those power sets, or is it like a special perk at the very end, an extra 12,000 power for each hero? And then if it does, then what does that actually translate into? Because the power number on a hero's hero screen doesn't actually matter. It's just a numerical representation of the amount of investment in that hero. A 100,000 level power level hero doesn't innately have better stats than a 50,000 power level hero. It's just how much is invested into that hero, if that makes sense. So over on Hero Wars Facebook and web, and this is the Hero Wars Dominion era of it all, we have this thing called the Ascension system. And Ascension is both a per hero situation as well as a hero class situation. So recently in Hero Wars Alliance, they added class glyphs where you could level up a class's glyphs, and every hero in that class gets a boost in the form of a skill, an extra skill that's added on there. That is completely separate from what what heroes get on Hero Wars Facebook and web. On Hero Wars Facebook and web, you can level up an individual hero's stats by extra, which is not really represented anywhere in Hero Wars Alliance. This is called ascending that hero. There are 5 tiers of ascending that hero. Some heroes have extra skills that can unlock. It basically gives that hero more stats, just more raw stats overall. But over on the Tree of Wisdom, this increases the stats, just the stats, not a skill, not any special bonus tank skill or whatever. It increases the stats of all of the heroes in that class. All of the tank heroes get this bonus stats, and all of the marksman heroes get these bonus stats as you level up the tree. So it's very similar to that. The thing is that is increased by a very difficult and random resource. There's actually 14 different pieces of currency that you have to randomly earn in order to level up the ascension trees and all of that on Facebook and web. This appears to just be increased by leveling up the hero. Okay, so the big fear that I think everybody's concerned with, aside from the confusing nature of all of this, like it's very confusing, it's more stuff added on that you got to think about. The thing that I think that most people are going to be worried about is how much is this going to cost me? And from what I'm reading here, at least, aside from these quests, which we don't really know what they look like, which may or may not just contribute to story, they may actually unlock something having to do with level this up, it appears as though just leveling up the hero, which you're already doing, leveling up skins, glyphs, skills, color rank, just leveling up the hero that you're already doing, which all of us have been doing for years now, that's how you unlock these additional hero set power level additions, right? It's just going to incentivize you to level more heroes, invest in heroes that maybe you wouldn't have thought of. Maybe you need to summon a couple of heroes that you've been sitting on. Maybe you need to go chase some soulstones so you can finally summon that Fafnir or whatever. That's probably where it's going to affect most people. And then those of you that have maxed heroes, there's not going to see much of a change. Anybody that's got a fully maxed account, and I know I'm not talking to many of you in my videos, those players are probably not going to see any additional work that they have to do aside from the story quests. Again, we're still missing some pieces here in order to unlock that extra power level. So, if this ends up being a big deal, obviously we're missing a lot of information. Then we'll obviously talk about it a little bit more as we get more details. We haven't really heard anything from community managers in a while, rightly so, with the whole Tenebris and Heroes Way situation of it all, but we are going to be live streaming a little bit later today. Hopefully by then we get more information. Hope to see all of you there. We're definitely going to talk about this. It's going to be the first topic we talk about. All right. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.